All right. Okay. We are live. We'll give people a few minutes for notifications to go out, and then we'll start. Today's going to be the usual Q&A. And then I'm also going to show you all of my crafting and art stuff. I have a large duffel that I keep all of my supplies in. Makes it easy for finding everything. Ignore the dresser. That is like ugly dresser. But yeah. We are going to focus on art stuff. I have it all spread out. I'll put it in the back in the duffel after I show you everything. Last week I showed you guys all of my resin stuff. This week is showing you everything else that I do basically. So once notifications go out and people start showing up, I'll start going over everything. So I do have the link pinned in the live chat for people to come up on camera if they want. Anyone is welcome to join. I'm not going to tell you no, you can't come on camera. If you want to be a guest and ask questions live, get live answer faster than I see it pop up in the chat, definitely feel free to click the link. Fancy Coke. I call it fancy because it's passion fruit flavored. It's different, but it's good. All right. Okay. Well, I'm gonna start showing everything now. So, if you come in late, and you want to see something, definitely let me know. I'll show it again. I guess we'll start with the easiest things and go to the bigger stuff. I guess easiest thing to show would be my beading stuff. For like making beaded necklaces and whatnot. Why is there no sewing needles in there? Sewing needles need to be in the sewing kit, not in the beading stuff. And that's just gift bags. All right. So this is a beading tray. It's got these tracks on it for putting the beads. On the back here, you can see the tracks looping around. That's for like measuring beads and necklace length. If you want to make a pattern, you lay the beads out and you string them as you go through. Hi, Jeff. Welcome. Okay. And then this is just my bead bin. I've got some floral wire in here, but I'm doing okay. Today's stream is Q&A. I've got the link for coming up on camera as a guest for anyone who wants to join. I'm just showing off all of my craft stuff. Last week I showed resin. This week I'm showing off everything else. This is... I don't know if you guys remember years ago, it used to be popular in the 90s, all of those beaded keychains that everybody had that looked like animals. Well, I tried to do one. It looks kind of silly. It's like a diamond shape with two pink beads. It's supposed to be my attempt at a snake head, but it just kind of crawls on itself. But no, for like little kids, bracelets and necklaces, beads put on a pipe cleaner. It's easy for them to take on or take off and put on. And when it's on, it doesn't slide around as much. But for more delicate things like trying to wire wrap a crystal or something, I've got floral wire because it's small and thin. And you can find floral wire in pretty much any color you want. I've got green, a reddish copper color, purple, dark blue, light blue, gold, pink, and silver. So it's kind of fun. I just gotta bend the pipe cleaner so they fit better in the tray. occasionally the plastic dividers will get bent, so I'll just swap them out. But my beads are getting all mixed up. I'm gonna have to sort them later. And then I also have one of these. It's a beading loom for trying to do like the super fancy patterns that you see all the time for like the complex bracelets and stuff. But I have to figure it out. And then these are just little Ziplocs and little mesh bags for basically gift wrapping stuff for like if I send it out somewhere. I just have a bunch of these for like kind of personalizing it, I guess, for if anybody orders anything. So that's that. And then I guess next thing to show would be this. I haven't actually used it yet. So none of the bottles are mixed up. But it's got, I hate glare on plastic. The backpack is like a cool plastic reusable backpack, which is awesome. It's got gloves, rubber bands, and 8 different color bottles. There's a pink, a red, yellow, a light green, a dark green, a light blue, a dark blue, and then a purple in it, which is kind of cool. It was at Walmart in their clearance section for like $2.50. These kids are usually like $15-$20. So when I saw it, I'm like, I definitely need to get this because I knew the kids would love it. But we've not had a chance to sit down and actually use it yet. So that's kind of lame, but we'll use it over the summer. If anybody has any questions, feel free to post them in the chat. I like answering questions for you guys because I know you probably have lots of questions. Let's see. Um, this fell apart. But it's instructions on learning how to knit. But I gotta try to figure that out. And then these are plastic sewing needles for like those plastic canvases, or for like yarn sewing. I don't know if that makes sense but for like if you crocheted a long scarf and then you rolled it and took a string of yarn to sew it together to make it into like a loop and an infinity scarf. That's what these are for. This is a crochet hook. This is kind of like a X-Acto blade razor type thing. It's got different shaped blades to it, but they fell out of the container. So now I get to try put them back. And I am missing blades. Great. Give me just a second. Okay. Do you have a project you're working on? At the moment, I'm trying to figure out what brand of resin I like best. I'm trying a new brand I've not used before. It's called Mod Podge resin. It takes a lot longer for it to fully cure. The bottles say the instructions on it says 24 hours it's hard enough to remove from the mold, but then you have to leave it sit for an additional like 4 to 7 days for it to fully 100% cure. And the I also have a bottle of UV resin to try out, but I have to get a proper UV light for it because the light I have for it is too small to work with, and it collapses on itself. It's got these little built-in feet at the bottom, but it's not. They don't lock in place, so the feet will fold and it'll collapse on itself, which is bad because then the bulbs are touching the UV resin and it doesn't work. Petzotics! Diego! Hi! Welcome! Welcome. I'm just answering questions and showing off the other art / craft stuff I do. So far, the only stuff I've showed off is learn how to knit stuff, beads, and a tie-dye kit. I haven't really showed off the other stuff I have yet. This is a little sewing kit type thing. It's got little fabric squares, needles, a pair of scissors. It's got a bunch of little spools of thread for sewing. I don't have a proper sewing machine right now, so everything I do, like literally everything I want to try to do for sewing purpose, is all hand sewn and it takes forever. At the moment, I'm trying to make a little handmade fabric purse for my daughter, but I started hand sewing this like 2 weeks ago, or 2-3 weeks ago, and I gotta finish it. I've got 2 sides done, but I need to do the other long side, put the padding in it, and then sew this side shut, and then fold it so that it's ready for her to carry with her and use. So I got to get that done for her so she can have fun with it. I think the thing I have the most fun with out of all of my art type stuff, not craft stuff, but art stuff, is my coloring stuff. I've got a handful of different coloring books and then a whole bunch of colors to use. I've got this book, which is Crazy Designs. So That's cool. This one is a bunch of different flower type pictures. I hate the glare from my light. This one is called Etchings. And this one, it's like if you took a charcoal drawing and put it on a page for a color book. There are so many little details in these pictures to color. I mean, just look at the detail in that barrel itself, you know. Here's some roses, and just look at the detail in there. This coloring book, once I started there's a pineapple as the first page. This book is going to be interesting when I start it. And then I have this one, which is Tropical Scenes. This one's kind of cool. I mean, it's got different stuff. I mean, here's Tropical Island. Here's a flamingo. Or, I have that backwards. This one's the flamingo. And then this one's a tropical island. But even the detail in this one is crazy. You know, I mean, these books, I find, they have so much detail in them. And I find them at the Dollar Tree. Believe it or not. I find them at the dollar store. And then this one's the most fun. Every picture in the book uses this code or this palette. These 15 colors are for every single picture in here. And so far, I've only done one picture. I've only done one so far. And it took me like 2 months to complete this one. Because of the different numbers and everything. But there's some really interesting ones in here that I can't wait to do. Like, let's see, where's a good one? Like, here. Mushrooms! Color the mushrooms! So, it's going to be interesting doing this color by number one. Baby's fussing. She fusses a lot when she's not being held. These are blank masks that I customize. They have a little thin wire nose piece in them. So they sit pinched against your face. So they're nice and tight. Hello, aquatic moose. And then I have 3 different sets of colors that I use for doing stuff. And these colors I use are special. 2 of them are the exact same thing, and then one of them is different. For this set, it's fat markers and skinny markers, but these are fabric markers. You can use these to color on clothes. And it stays. These markers are how I've done stuff like my bag that I've shown off many times in the past. This bag was done using these markers. They are Tulip brand, and you find them in the back in the do-it-yourself section by where all the tie-dye stuff sits. And then this pouch is, you fill the tube with water, and it's a watercolor paintbrush. It's just a paintbrush that has its own water. You just squeeze the tube, it makes the water drip, and then you paint. It dripped water on the keyboard. Oops. Sorry, not enough to do damage. But I think the colors I like most are these two cases. Now, as I said, these two cases are the exact same colors. The difference in them, these are high quality, fancy colors. In these binder bags, there's a total of 160 different colors. I have 2 sets of the colors for one specific reason, and that reason is that one set is watercolor pencils and the other set is regular colored pencils. Now, for those who have never seen watercolor pencils before, what you do with them is you start off coloring like a normal colored pencil, but you can take a paintbrush, dip it in water, and you run the brush over the colored pencil, and it turns it into a watercolor drawing, which is really fun. But that's what I've got going on. But that is all of that stuff. So, and then, like I said at the start, I have it all in this one giant duffel because it makes it so much easier to find it. You just go find one bag and then you find all your stuff. Hello.
How's it going?
It's going. What you got going on there?
I just got this 30-gallon low boy. And
Fun. Time to start doing some cleaning. Or, well, I think he froze.
hello?
Yeah, you froze there.
All right. Yeah, just got a sweet new tank. We're siliconing in some glass at the bottom because it's already drilled out.
Fun.
Yeah, so far so good. Pretty nasty still. I'll hit that with some rubbing alcohol, I guess. I don't know if anyone has any other suggestions.
Well, it looks like it's going to be a fun project.
Oh yeah, it's pretty cool. Nice low tank. Should be really great for plants.
And then what's the ones up on the stand?
Let's check them out. Hopefully I don't lose my Wi-Fi in this corner.
Oh, we'll see what happens. Uh, I think he's got lag. I think the Wi-Fi's cutting out on him. Oh no! But yeah, anyone is welcome to click the pinned link to come up on camera. Oh no! Oh, and we lost him. Darn it! Oh, all right. All right. Let's.
All right, am I back?
Maybe we have audio, but the video lags out.
Struggles of a basement fish room.
I'm gonna end up having that struggle myself once I finally get my tanks out of storage unit and into the house. I have to
Yeah,
go get them out and
but
bring them home so I can start setting them up.
that's exciting. What kind of tanks are you going to be moving in there?
Well, I have a 29-gallon. My daughter has a 10-gallon, and then I need to get a 10-gallon for my son. So we'll have a total of 3 tanks. But we've all got different ideas that we want to do for our tanks. My son
That's
wants
fun.
to do a goldfish. My daughter wants to try a better sorority with female bettas. And then I want to have an angelfish tank. So,
That's a good spread.
yep. And um, Tim, Crypt Keeper, he's offered to send me some plants once the tanks are set up. So I am excited for that.
Plants are fun, especially the kind you can make more of.
Yeah. Real quick, if you've not tried this yet, the limited edition Dream Coca-Cola, it will say Dream flavored on the can, but when you taste it, it's passion fruit. Passion fruit
Ooh,
flavored
is
soda.
it good?
I like it. My kids and my boyfriend do not. So it's like, huh, I have a soda that if I buy it, I know nobody will steal it on me.
Oh, that's
And
the
then,
best.
yeah. And then the other one they had come out with, the space flavor, is cotton candy.
Huh, huh.
But
Speaking of betas, we got our water clarity back after a pretty bad bacterial bloom.
is that a sorority tank? Or,
Yeah, so those are actually all my grow outs. So they're mixed male and female over there. And
okay.
then we got the aquaponic tub with the rest of them.
Okay. So what kind of bettas do you have, and how do you tell the males from the females?
Great question. Well, mostly we call them all uh, koi placats, galaxy koi placats over there. We got a nice one over
Okay.
here. The males, pretty tough when they're small. Here's a little male. I guess the easiest way is once you start separating them out, they'll all make bubble nests. They're males. You can see he's been fooling around up here.
Okay.
But the females seem to be a little more plump in the shape. We don't. If I don't lose you here, I'll be able to demonstrate pretty well. So this blue one here, she's a female,
Okay.
and then the males got a little more panache. Like this guy's a male. You see him going around flaring at everybody.
Okay. So
Female,
in your grow out tanks,
definitely the
have you ever ended up with a female being uh pregnant from the grow out tank because they're mixed?
I haven't yet, but that's a good. Yeah, that's a good point. One of the people that I gave one of my fish away to actually is just dealing with that as well. So
Okay.
yeah, they're ready, I guess, to spawn because I'm starting to see. You can see where certain females are starting to get eggy. I'm not seeing it in here as much, but they're making bubble nests and stuff. Yeah, they are ready to spawn. If you know, Secret History Living in Your Aquarium, Alexander Williamson, he's got a 40-gallon tank like this that's way more planted, and they'll just kind of go set up and spawn on their own when they're ready. That's pretty cool.
Okay. It's a fishy. He's like, why am I getting a close up?
Totally. Yeah, so just got a Craigslist haul, got a new light up here, kind of messing around with doubling them up and getting a better spread.
Okay. Yeah, when I get my tank set back up, I have to do either um a Craigslist hunt or go to like Petco or PetSmart and buy a bunch of lids and lights for them. Jimmy P has joined us.
Totally.
Welcome.
Hey, Jimmy P's here.
Yeah, but oh, that was. I kind of like that. It's got like a blue light effect.
Yeah, this one's pretty cool. It's got minimal plants, almost like a quarantine tank. This is my newest setup, but I got the cool male guppies that I don't need stressing out my females, and some bluefin gudeids in here as well.
Okay, but yeah, I can't wait to get my tanks set up because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let the tanks sit for like a month or two with the plants in them so that the plants can get established before I try introduce any fish.
Yeah, that's worked pretty well for me. Um, Also, I'd recommend trying the dirted tank out if you're gonna wait to put fish in. It's a perfect opportunity to
I've
let it come
tried
available.
a dirted tank, and when it comes to water changes, it always the sand gets kicked up and then the dirt gets kicked up, and I hate it. And I couldn't figure out how to stop that from happening, and then I'd end up with muddy water.
Yeah, let me show you my dirted tank real quick. The sand and the gravel work very well together. So here I went with just potting soil, shallow
Okay.
sand, and then gravel on top. And that gravel does a great job at holding everything down underneath of it. You can
Okay.
see the fish are going crazy. And this tank, no lie, it's been set up for about a month and a half. I've already completely trimmed and let it grow back twice now.
Okay.
So this one's been pretty easy. I did the same thing that you mentioned too with this one. I just let it sit for a week or two before I put any fish in and gas off and everything, and then changed the water and started it up.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of this because I'm all low tech here. I don't really dose any liquid fertilizers. I use some root tabs on occasion, but um, for a $9 bag of potting soil, got great results in here.
Yeah.
And I haven't had any big ammonia spikes or anything. I haven't had any losses in this tank either.
The plants are probably keeping the ammonia spikes from happening.
Totally. And then I guess it's big to just keep that soil down there and definitely not let any of it get up into the water column.
Yeah.
Just a little internal filter in here and a heater. That's it.
Okay. And see, that's what I'd be doing is I'd be putting like a plant substrate and then no uh, CO2 or anything. I did just have the filter and the heater in the tank.
Yeah, I like keeping it simple. People will spend so much money on this stuff, and I can't, but you also don't need to.
Yeah. Yeah. If you just get what you can afford at the moment, let it grow out, then suddenly you don't have to spend the big price tags.
Right. And this Ludwigia has been doing fantastic for me. Pretty much all of my friends have it in their tanks now. And, people go crazy for red plants, that's for sure.
Coro has joined us. Welcome.
Coro, what's up, brother?
Are those guppies in there?
Yeah, so I've got one setup that's got the mosaic guppies in there, the fancy ones, and then these guys are all just my mixes.
Okay.
Every couple months, the local fish stores are hurting for fish, and I can sell these guppies for $1 a piece. Um, but Not as consistent as the plants and the snails. Honestly, the blue mystery snails I've got are the one thing that they'll buy any day of the week. 50
Huh.
cents a snail.
Well, that's not bad.
Yeah, so I've been fooling around now with letting the snails do their thing in the paludarium, and that way they can get out and lay their eggs a lot easier. And I'll end up having tons and tons of these guys.
And start a snail tank.
I have a snail tank now. It's miserable, but my pea puffer gets hungry, so here we go.
Well, you know what? When you have a tank for just snails, your puffer's got an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Exactly, he loves it. He gets lazy though. I start breaking the snails open for him, and now he doesn't want to pick them out of the shells. He wants it served up on a plate.
You spoiled him.
Yep.
And Jimmy says not enough people discuss low budget fish keeping. Well, I do.
No
I
doubt.
discuss low budget fish keeping because it's what I have to do.
Yeah. This tank, that's my biggest display tank. I got this tank from that used Petco sale. It was like $50. That was the biggest expense. Driftwood's expensive, but actually, if you guys go to Petco, you can buy the driftwood out of their tanks. It's a great strategy for starting up a new tank and getting some bacteria in there.
I never thought to ask about buying the decor that's in their tanks.
Yeah, so this piece of wood here, it's hollow, so all the plecos and stuff love it. I think that cost me $13. Same with this big piece back here. But, when you get those Petco employees that don't care about making money for the company as much, they'll sell you the big pieces and just write the barcode for the small piece. So you can save some money like that too if you're lucky.
Yeah. Yeah.
But these rocks all came from outside. Sand is like $5 for a bunch of it.
Yeah.
Of course, you got to go with root tabs or something. And then the aquaponics, people spend so much money. These lights, grow lights, you can buy as a kit on Amazon for about $50, and you get like 5 or 6 lights. I've got them on the paludarium over here. I've got 2 of them. Got one here above the aquaponics. Storage tub. This laundry basket I had lying around. You can use lava rock instead of the expanded clay medium. Honestly, it's great for just clipping and propagating your plants out. Spend X amount of money, whatever you're comfortable with on plants. As long as you can propagate them, you can trade and do things like that. Keep the cost down.
Fine. Jimmy says, show me that paludarium.
All right, Jimmy. Hopefully we don't lose the service here. So actually, I was having a really bad bacteria. So this thing was running great for about 2 months. And then I ended up getting spider mites, probably from the houseplant clippings I've used. And so I pulled out all the floating plants and flooded it. Doing that upset the balance, got in too deep on the substrate on my gravel vac, and we had a major bacterial bloom. But I ended up putting a little pump in here. That's what I had instead of a power head. Put some oxygen in. Saw Coro's suggestions. Thank you, Coro. And now you can see it's crystal clear. I haven't done a water change yet since the bloom or anything, but it really runs itself.
Coro says if you keep your humidity up.
Wipe down on the glass so I can give you a tour of it.
Let's see.
Yep.
Coro says if you keep your humidity up, you can grow crypts and other plants immersed. And then Jimmy is saying...
Yeah, Coro, I was actually...
Jimmy's saying that he's going to do a paludarium contest. Clean that thing up and enter.
Jimmy, I'm waiting, bro. I've got I'm ready for that contest. It's nice I had a chance to get the spider mites all dealt with, though. Okay, get a little wipe down.
And see,
All right, so
I've not had any real bad parasites happen when my tanks were set up before I had to break them down for moving. I think the most I got was I was feeding too much food, and I got those little they looked like little white worms, but the fish ate them instantly. And I guess I only got them with the guppies, and the guppies were loving them, but I think that's the most I've ever had to deal with. I've not had like the fish lice or anything real bad happen for me. So I think I've kind of gotten lucky on the whole aspect of what's happened in the tanks.
Yeah, I agree. And it definitely helps having fish, right? The worst issues I've seen have been in tanks that don't have fish. I got a pretty cool video up on this tank. Really, all I did was humidity, which I was also doing already. Like Koro said, I was doing a little bit of boost immersed until the spider mites came in. But here is all temple plant coming up, and then I know hard to get a good shot at this one. Maybe I can put you guys in the tank. Yeah, these LED lights make some weird wavelengths. But this tree, as I trim it, gets thicker and thicker. It's going to end up being like a little bonsai tree.
Fun. New local Austin has joined us. Says hi.
Hey, Austin, what's up, cousin?
Koro says
Mangrove
put some
plant here.
springtails in the paludarium to help reduce mold risk.
Definitely, Koro. I got to get some of those. See, $10 for them at the local stores. That's expensive, man.
Yeah.
You can see where I've kind of pulled all the mystery snail eggs off the glass too and positioned them in spots where they're staying humid and out of the light. That way they can all hatch out in here. And with the amount of filtration we've got, I've got an Intel filter pushing through all this lava rock. Can handle a massive bioload.
Fun.
Oof. Where's my little pup boy?
I have a fuzzy friend. I have a fuzzy friend. Want to say hi? Want to say hi? Yeah. No.
Koro, you're just getting here, bro.
No.
This is the 30 low boy.
Yeah.
Just silicone a piece of glass over the drill through the hole there, and that's set, and then we'll get her set up.
Okay. Well, it is actually about time for me to wrap up. Thank you for joining on the stream.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Every week, anybody is welcome to join. I have absolutely no problem with people coming up saying hi. So next week, again, I will have the link pinned at the top of the chat for anybody who wants to join. It will be there. Okay, yeah. Hi. I love you too. Oh my goodness. Fuzzy babies. You love them to death. All right, go. Go. Go play, good boy. Go. My goodness. But oh, no worries, Jimmy. Don't worry about if you're late. You can always watch the replay, you know. Tuva, go. Fur babies. So needy for attention. But no, every week, everyone is welcome to join. If they want to be on camera or just talking in chat, go for it. Questions are always welcomed. I will try have something planned for next week. But my time is up, so I'm going to end the stream here. Thank you all for joining me, and I will see you all next week.